Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV outside the Stadium of Light. The lads have picked up their third league win in a row. 3-1 win over Wimbledon today. Nath, hat-trick for Chris Maguire. I mean, the love you have for that man is undescribable at times, isn't it?
I fucking love him. I bum in the showers happily to death. He's fucking amazing. Chris Maguire, he's on absolute fucking fire. We're going to win the league. We're fucking massive. There's no more to say other than that.
Apologise for any kids watching, but no, but I mean, just like, it's just appreciates how lucky we are to keep hold of him in the summer. I mean, how vital he is to this team at the minute.
He is. Honestly, he's an unreal player. I said last season, he could be playing the Championship. He's got the quality to do it. How he stuck with us through this window, I don't know. How many Championship clubs haven't come in from him, I don't know. I'm lucky he's out there. He's here. He's absolutely boyo. He scored a hat-trick today. I'm out with the moon. I'm going to have loads of pints in town. I'm going to be absolutely skinned. Little black belt, we're coming for you.
No, I mean, just probably out of all the league performances, I would say that was probably the best one. I mean, shame we couldn't keep a clean sheet, but overall, like second half, we showed Wimbledon why we have the quality.
Honestly, that was the best. I know it's League One. I know the mags are going to laugh because they're going to say this, but that was probably the best Sunderland performance I've seen for a good while now. I'll go back as far as January this year. That's the best Sunderland performance I've seen. Unreal, lads just went for it today. Chris Maguire was absolutely unreal, like I've said. Charlie Wyke, he wasn't as effective as he was in previous games. It took him a bit to start off, but he was still absolutely a boyo. Beautiful. Luke O'Neill, he's just fucking everywhere. It doesn't matter. You can stick him anywhere on that pitch. You stick him in goal, in the stands, right back, centre midfield. He's going to.
Like I've said before, Luke O'Neill, he can run for days, can he?
He can just run for days. He's absolutely amazing. I love him. He's just, even though they're not glamorous players that we've got, they're players who just work hard, they try hard, they do the jobs. That's what you need to do. We don't want none of these like messy type players who just show all the skill, the showboat and stuff that show real players. We want players in here who's going to work, give 100% for that badge, put in good performances like that, and score goals, banging goals like Chris Maguire's done today. That's how we fucking won. How are you, lads?
Enjoy your session, Tom. Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV, 3-1 win for Sunderland over AFC Wimbledon today. Probably out of all the league games we played, best performance so far.
Oh yes, definitely one-sided in that match. Like Chris Maguire, he's my man of the match. Hat-trick hero.
Great hat-trick. I think I can't remember the last Sunderland player to score a hat-trick, but you'll probably have to help me out of that one. But yeah, just overall, like before half-time, it was a little bit sloppiness once we conceded that goal. But second half, we showed why we had the quality on that pitch today and completely turned them over.
Oh. We just totally decimated them in the second half. Like we had all the shots on goal the whole game. They only had one shot on goal and scored from it. But mind you, I think it was from like our throw-in. We should have watched out. We should have watched out for that a bit more. But I don't really care. We won at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, just like if we can get, especially in the first half of games, if we can get more of those killer balls, especially into the likes of Aidan and Chris, then we could kill off teams by half time. But it's just great signs to improve on at the minute. I mean, take that performance today, it's probably, and a hat-trick from Maguire, I mean, that's going to give him a whole load of confidence.
Oh, it definitely will. I wish I could say the same for Greg, but he missed a sitter today. He needs some shooting lessons in training, because the way how he played today, after coming on, he was dreadful.
I mean, all he had to do is get it across the keeper. I mean, it's a shame with Greg, because it's just not happening for him at the minute, but obviously I have faith that he will get that goal and first goal of the season, go on a good run. But at the minute it's not happening, but hopefully he can turn that around.
Oh yes, but I have more faith in Wyke at the moment, because at least he's shown Greg how it's done.
Expert in aerial challenges though, isn't he?
Oh yes. All I can say is I just hope we can get that investment in very soon. We'll probably be the second richest team in the world after Man City.
I mean, it's all good vibes today with all the new ownership talks at the minute. I mean, anyway, wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV. Sunderland beating AFC Wimbledon 3-1 in the lovely sunshine today. It's the first for Dave. What do you think of that? Definitely the best league performance of the season.
Much better. We actually attacked. We kept on attacking after we scored the first goal. Much better. But loads of great individual performances. Ledbetter was absolutely brilliant today. Defence looked solid, bar the goal. I think that's the only thing we need to start keeping clean sheets. That's probably the only complaint. Because some games against better teams in the league, let's face it, Wimbledon are probably going to get relegated. We need to keep clean sheets, because there'll be some games where we're just in a score and we kind of break them down. But oh no, it was much better today.
Yeah, I mean, just every time we went forward with the ball today, it looked like we were going to score, but you hit the nail on the head there. If it was against probably a team with a little bit more quality, it would have been a different story. But it's all about results in this league.
It is. Well, I said it on Tuesday night that we can't play like what we did on Tuesday night and win all the time. You've got to play better more than what you play crap. And today it was much better, and hopefully we'll learn from last season, because that's why we didn't go up, because most of the wins we got last year were just through playing and winning and ugly, and we can't do that week in week out. So it's better that we play it well. Just hope we're going to carry it on now and for the rest, just for as long as we can, keep the momentum going.
I mean, Burnley coming up the middle of next week. I mean, what would you like to see happen? Do you want to see some of the players who are on the bench today get in the starting 11, get some young academy players given some minutes, or do you think he'll go put out a strong enough side?
I'd say we'll probably keep some players, and I think Burge will probably come in. I think that's a given. But players like Maguire and Dwight, I think you've got to keep in, because they'll be thriving, especially Maguire after getting a hat-trick. And I think you just got to go and give it your best shot. You're in the competition to win games, and winning breeds winning, so I don't see why you wouldn't go there and try and win the game. Obviously, Burnley will probably get beat. Yeah, we'll probably get beat because Burnley they're much better than us. It's simple facts. But if we go there and put in a good show for ourselves and maybe didn't get humiliated.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we are underdogs going into that Burnley game. If we go there, give it a good go. But when you've got King Maguire on form at the minute, looks like every time he's going to shoot, it's going to hit the target.
It's going to go in. Well, he's just got something different that most of other players didn't offer. He just has the composure. He's moving off the ball, gets him into good spaces, and showed today got three good goals. And well, just hope he can find a little bit more consistency from last season, because last year he was brilliant one game, average the next, and then would go on a month. Dry spell and then have a great game and do the same again. But hopefully a little bit more consistency just from the whole team, really. I think especially players like Ledbetter and Ozturk, I think if they're consistent throughout the whole season as well as what they played today, I think it's a recipe for success.
Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV outside the Stadium of Light, 3-1 win for Sunderland over AFC Wimbledon today. Pete, hat-trick hero for Chris Maguire.
I don't expect anything different from him now, to be honest. First hat-trick, but again, he's pivotal to this team, isn't he? As you say, he scores goals. I mean, him, McGeady, brilliant again today. Generally about the game, I thought we started really well for once. Started really well. We got a goal. Typical Sunderland. We shoot ourselves in the foot. Wimbledon get back into the game. Credit to Jack Ross. I'll give credit where credit's due. Made a good change. Second half he went for it. Gray came on, and I thought, just like Rochdale, I thought in the second half we were really good today.
Yeah, I mean, Denver just looks so more comfortable playing in a flat back forward, doesn't he?
To be fair, I don't think that was Denver's best game. I mean, he is a lot better than McLaughlin, 100%. But to be fair, Hume is a left back. Well, no, I thought, like I say, we've just got to carry on going. Surely but steadily, the wins will come, the confidence will grow, and yeah, we've just got to kick on now.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley in the middle of the week in the Carabao Cup, Peterborough next week. I mean, it's all a case of just keeping Chris fit at the minute, because it looks like he can just bang even more in.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, I'm a take piss. I want to win every game, but realistically, Burnley during the week, I think it'll be a good test for the fringe players. Burnley won't play their strongest team. I know a lot of Burnley fans always say in the cup they don't take it seriously enough. So hey, you never know. But I think we'll learn a lot about Sunderland and Jack Ross over the next two league games, because Peterborough and Burton, make no mistake, are two very good sides for this league. So I think we'll learn a lot after these next two games of where we're going to be, because like I say, they'll be hot. We're going to have to be better than we were today than we were against Rochdale, because like I say, two good sides.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a fantastic team performance today, and Chris Maguire hat-trick, but you wonder if we're up against a more better opposition, then maybe it would have been a different story. But I mean, it's work to improve on. I mean, just cutting those defensive errors out, and just if we can get the first clean sheet on board, then maybe that could be the start of something, just what we need at the minute.
Hey, at the end of the day, you can only beat what's in front of you. I thought in the second half we were very good. We dictated the game. Like I say, in the first half we started well, then we shot ourselves in the foot. But we just got to carry on going. It's a poor league, but it's a hard league to get out of, because at the end of the day, everyone sees Sunderland as their cup final. So initially, everyone's just going to raise their game against Sunderland. But like I say, we keep going the way we are. Hopefully, a few signings in next week, improve where we need to improve, and hey, you never know.
Pete, enjoy your post-match pint, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Top man.
Cheers.
Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV outside the Stadium of Light, 3-1 win for Sunderland over AFC Wimbledon today. Joined now by Dan and Andrew. Guys, what do you think of that today? Probably our best performance so far in the league.
I'd say so as well. At times it was a bit. I think we're a bit like
sloppy goal we conceded again.
Sloppy, yeah, and I think the second half, I we had a bit of a roll. I think probably Ross gave him a bit of a rollicking, which probably you don't really associate with him. But yeah, I think it's quite professional performance, especially from Chris Maguire.
I think yes, definitely our best performance this season. The most complete attacking performance. Obviously, defensively, as you said, as Dale said, as my brother said, it's still a bit to work on. But they didn't create. They weren't too good. I thought we were. It could be even more. It could be like 5-1. And all Will Grigg had that chance.
I mean, it just feels like every time Chris finds space, like in the box or outside of it, he's going to hit the target, and he did that 3 times today.
Yeah, I had that feeling. Even the second goal, he just needed to stick his foot out, or he just any part of his body. And
I mean, it's just a shame that you just wonder why Grigg can't learn off him at this moment in time.
well, yeah, he just probably trying to do it on training, just like just get himself in the right places and find the back. And I think if Grigg keeps working hard, which he putting the shit in, which he has done for the past 2 games, then surely the goals will flow.
I mean, he did the hard bit right for that chance he got in the second half where he beat the fullback, got it on his chest. But if you can just hit the target, that's the Will Grigg of old.
Yeah, that's all he needs is just one goal, and he get the confidence back. Yeah, so it's a bit short.
I mean, Burnley in the middle of the week, Peterborough next weekend. I mean, how do you feel going into those two?
I think of Burnley. Both teams might make changes. I know I've got a big game coming up. Another big game against Peterborough. Well, every game's a big game. But yes, I think if if Sean Dyche's looking to make change for that, you never know.
Yeah, we might have a chance. I mean, a cup run would be nice, but I've got to echo many people's thoughts. League's the priority.
Anyway, enjoy the sunshine, absolutely beautiful weather.
It is, I've got to make the most of the summer.
Yeah, going up. Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV outside the Stadium of Light, 3-1 win for the lads over AFC Wimbledon today. Guys, what do you make of that? I mean, like I said to the previous people, probably our best performance so far.
Quality performance. Second half, absolutely phenomenal. First half is a bit sketchy. We've got the balls forward, but Grigg failed to hit the target. Wyke was alright, but Chris Maguire buried it.
I mean, it just shows, like, obviously great hat-trick for Chris today, but with him and Wyke in the team, how important they are to the squad at the minute to keep them fit.
Yeah, Wyke is my number one. You know, I'd rather have McNulty on, but Maguire is always there, always does a job.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you wonder if McNulty even got in the team today. It could have been even more than 3, but obviously it looks like he's penned back for a return against Peterborough next week. I mean, overall, like, what would you say just needs to improve? It's just like this defensive issue we're having at the moment.
I don't think there's too much of a defensive issue because we're quite solid against the teams we've played so far. I think going forward, it just seems until the final ball we're brilliant, and then the final balls I'm really confused by them. We're playing them where players aren't actually there. So I'd say if we just get a bit more clinical with that final ball, the defence is getting better and better, and in fact we're getting better and better each game. So I think there's not much further to go to actually get where we need to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like Ozturk and Willis, like, although the clean sheets haven't happened yet, they just look so comfortable as a centre back pairing.
Definitely agree with you. Ozturk, Willis holding it down in the back. I agree with him. There's not much of a problem in the defence. It's kind of on the wings. We're struggling to get the service to Grigg, Wyke, McNulty. Lyndon Gooch did an absolute banging job this season, just getting the balls in. But I think the problem lies with midfield, just trying to make those chances. When the ball drops behind, Willis, Ozturk, absolutely picking the balls up, stopping it, no nonsense, doing a banging job. It's the midfield that we need to work on.
Yeah. Anyway, was it Burnley in the middle of next week, Peterborough in the league next week? I mean, obviously you'd imagine he'd change things against Burnley, but going into that Peterborough game, do you reckon we can even kick on this good run even more?
Not much. I think the team we had today was a solid team. I think it's more than confident to go up to Peterborough, just absolutely have a great game. Burnley's looking a bit sketchy, but I think put McNulty in for Wyke or Grigg should do the job.
Anyway, lads, wish you a safe trip home, alright?
Love it.
What's up, guys?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you.